plan review. We better stay there, Mr. Teelan. And you don't know that I've changed the wording of it? No. So now you need to just be quite happy with what I've suggested, which is to change the word public consultation to community engagement, and to place in an additional clause which says develop a specific community engagement strategy in relation to natural hazards, which will involve public education about specific hazards.
Yeah, more than happy with those.
I thought you'd be happy, and I think Brigitte will be happy as well. Very good.
As good as the previous one, Madam Chair.
So I would actually, it's not as good as the last one. No. And that's because I didn't tell you about it. But I'm going to move that motion. Does anyone want to second it? Tim Scandrett seconded. Any questions first? Jana Johansson.
We have an update as in regards to our conditional support for the land use recovery plan and what now the agreed process is for an expedited, fast-tracked district plan review, because we haven't had that, as far as I'm aware. I don't think we've had that reported back to us, and there were a number of concerns that were raised.
Sorry, that was dealt with in public excluded, the element of it, and I don't know that element has yet been dealt with.
No, the published alert does recognise that the expedited process is confirmed through the land use recovery plan.
Yes,
so we are.
Land use recovery plan's been released, as I understand it. So
there's still a detailed process to work through to complete
for the order in council
actions to make that expedited process happen.
Yeah. There's an order in council to come, and you know, I'm happy to brief council on that, but not here.
Odd that our support for the land use recovery plan was tied into that.
Yeah, I did tell you the other day that it wasn't. We ended up not being able to make a decision on it. So yeah, but look, if we can take this offline, please. It's not actually required for this particular paper. It's a different issue.
Start of the engagement for a district plan.
This is for the district plan review, so we haven't yet had the order in council for the expedited process, which will be what, February?
Yes. That's our understanding.
I will tell you what it is offline, but I'm not going to say here.
That's fine. I guess what I just want to have an assurance around is that I don't know if this initial stuff is suitable given what that other process may be, which I don't know. But I guess if you have some idea, I want to make sure that we do have really good engagement. So this seems to be the start of the process.
Yeah, it is. Well, actually, the previous council started the process and have already had a series of consultations. We want to shift after our briefing yesterday, and you weren't able to be there, and it was, you know, timetabling has been very difficult over the last wee while. But we specifically addressed the need to move to a concept of community engagement rather than a consultation model. And so that's what we want to be getting on with. Are there any other questions? Phil Clearwater.
I just want to ensure that in terms of the engagement, that community boards are fully involved. And there's already been one workshop with community boards?
That's correct.
Right.
There have actually been 3 over the last 2 or 3 years since we've tried to restart this program. But yes, there was one, I think it was the 24th of November, just recently, joint community boards.
So when is it planned that for example, the information to go out? Approximately?
It's suggested in here that it should be late January, early February, but what we'd like to do is spend some more time with councillors first to brief you on the content of that material, and then we would like to begin this pre-notification consultation, which will involve community boards hosting several events.
I think if that discussion involves the community boards too, as well as councillors, certainly say community board chairs, that will be really useful. So they are fully involved.
I think that because of the nature of our diaries at the moment, the flooding meeting got moved to an earlier time to accommodate people, which meant a number of people couldn't come to the first of these meetings, and so we are holding another meeting, and we have already set aside sort of 8 hours in our diary for the end of January to start the process of the first 8 chapters of the district plan review. Yeah. Okay. So are there any other questions or are there any discussion points? I'll put the motion. All those in favour say aye. Those opposed say no. Carried. Thank you. There is a